Hello, thank you for joining with me. We are reading with the Course Companions. This is day 338. We are in chapter 29, The Worship of Idols, and this is section 7, Swear Not to Die. If you'll please join me in a short prayer. Dear Father, please allow me to set aside everything I think I know about this world, about you, God, about myself, my brother, forgiveness, A Course in Miracles, this section, and all things. God, please enable me an open mind and a new experience with all things. Let me have your vision, be who you would have me be, do what you would have me do, think what you would have me think, go where you would have me go, and do what you would have me do. And so it is. Amen. I love you. Thank you for joining with me. Section 7, Swear Not to Die. How willing are you to forgive your brother? How much do you desire peace instead of endless strife and misery and pain? These questions are the same in different form. Forgiveness is your peace, for herein lies the end of separation and the dream of danger and destruction, sin and death, of madness and of murder, grief and loss. This is the sacrifice salvation asks, and gladly offers peace instead of this. Swear not to die, thou holy Son of God. We'll read footnote 18. In context, the above sentence does not mean swear not to die. Rather, it means do not swear to die. For we have already sworn to die. The previous section says that each one has come here to keep his ancient promises to die. Thou holy Son of God seems to be a reference to Luke 8:28, when he, the man possessed by a legion of devils, saw Jesus, and he cried out and fell down before him, and with a loud voice said, What have I to do with thee, Jesus, thou Son of God Most High? And now let's return to the text. What seems eternal, Swear not to die, thou holy Son of God. You make a bargain that you cannot keep. The Son of Life cannot be killed. He is immortal as his Father. What he is cannot be changed. He is the only thing in all the universe that must be one. What seems eternal, all will have an end. The stars will disappear, and day and night will be no more. And now we go down to the text. Footnote 19. This sentence's images of stars and night and day all disappearing might be a reworking of biblical images of the end of times. In the prophecy of the end times in the Gospels, the sun shall be darkened and the stars shall fall from heaven. In Revelation, the final image of the New Jerusalem says that there shall be night no more. In the above sentence, in contrast, the physical heavens in their entirety simply vanish. And back to the text. All things that come and go, the tides, the seasons, and the lives of men, all things that change with time and bloom and fade, will not return. Where time has set an end is not where the eternal is. God's Son can never change by what men made of him. He will be as he was and as he is, for time appointed not his destiny, nor sets the hour of his birth and death. Forgiveness will not change him, but time waits upon forgiveness, and the things of time may disappear because they have no use. Nothing survives its purpose. If it is to be conceived to die, then die it must, unless it does not take this purpose as its own. Change is the only thing that can be made a blessing here, where purpose is not fixed, however changeless it appears to be. Think not that you can set a goal unlike God's purpose for you and establish it as changeless and eternal. You can give yourself a purpose that you do not have, but you cannot remove the power to change your mind and see another purpose there. Change is the gift God gave to all that you would make eternal, to ensure that only heaven would not pass away. Footnote 20. Matthew 24:35, Heaven and earth shall pass away, but my words shall not pass away. Back to the text. You were not born to die. You cannot change because your function has been fixed by God. All other goals are set in time, and change that time might be preserved, excepting one. Forgiveness does not aim at keeping time, but at its ending when it has no use. Its purpose ended, it is gone, and where it once held seeming sway is now restored, the function God established for His Son in full awareness. Time can set no end to its fulfillment nor its changelessness. There is no death. Footnote 21. Proverbs 12:28, In the way of righteous is life, and in the pathway thereof there is no death. Back to the text. There is no death because the living are the function their Creator gave to them. Life's function cannot be to die. It must be life's extension, that it be as one forever and forever without end. This world will bind your feet and tie your hands and kill your body, only if you think that it was made to crucify God's Son. For even though it was a dream of death, you need not let it stand for this to you. Let this be changed, and nothing in the world but must be changed as well. For nothing here but is defined as what you see it for. How lovely is the world whose purpose is forgiveness of God's Son. How free from fear, how filled with blessing and happiness. What a joyous thing it is to dwell a little while in such a happy place. Nor can it be forgot, in such a world it is a little while till timelessness comes quietly to take the place of time. And now we will read the commentary by Robert Perry. This can be a puzzling section until you realize two things. First, swear not to die does not mean swear to not die, but rather stop swearing to die. You can see that in the very next line, you make a bargain that you cannot keep. Ask yourself which of the two options I just mentioned goes best with this line. So is it swear not to die, or stop swearing to die? Second, you swear to die by being unwilling to forgive. That is implicit in the whole section. But you can see it explicitly in paragraph 1, where forgiveness is the end of death. You also see it in the previous section where the dream of hate, i.e. unforgiveness, i.e. unforgiveness, mean that one intends to keep his ancient promise to die. How can it be that unforgiveness is a promise to die? As I think about that today, actually it doesn't strike me as hard to believe. Forgiveness is not just a choice of how I am going to feel toward another person. It is also a choice of who I am going to be. When I withhold forgiveness, I have a distinct sense of myself. I feel like an ego contending with other egos. As an ego, I have been slighted and therefore am owed. And I am going to hang on to that debt, harbor it within me, and feel the bitter injustice of it, until such a time as I can extract it from the one who owes me. In my unforgiveness, then, I am on the battlefield, an ego contending with other egos. How can I not feel guilty for being on that battlefield? How can I not regret the things I do in the heat of battle, in the name of my almighty honor, And in the anguish of my guilt and regret, how can I not believe I deserve to die? Unforgiveness, then, is a promise to die. It is a choice to be a guilty ego who deserves death. Can we let that in? That is not some distant fact on paper. When we withhold forgiveness, we are literally making that promise. We are swearing to die. Do you see now the significance of that dramatic second paragraph? When you promise to die, you make a bargain that you cannot keep. You are the Son of Life. You cannot die. You cannot even change. You are eternal. Swearing to die is like making a lunch date on Mars. It's a commitment that you are powerless to keep. You are not only powerless to achieve the goal of death, you are powerless to keep that goal fixed and unchanging. Think not that you can set a goal unlike God's purpose for you and establish it as changeless and eternal. You can give yourself a purpose that you do not have, but you cannot remove the power to change your mind and see another purpose there. If we cannot hold on to that false purpose forever, why change it now? Forgiveness is a choice to be a different person with a different destiny. If unforgiveness is a choice to be an ego, contending with other egos, then forgiveness is a choice to be egoless. Whenever we see genuine forgiveness, we instantly associate it with egolessness. Even though the person who forgives still has an ego, we nonetheless sense that the forgiveness itself came from something egoless within that person. That is why it is so inspiring to witness real forgiveness. When we forgive them, we are choosing to be the egoless Son of God. And thus we are choosing to have the experience that the Son of God deserves to have. At first, while our forgiveness is still in progress, it will be the experience of a lovely world, free from fear, filled with blessing and with happiness. Yet, when our forgiveness is complete, we will realize that what an egoless being like us deserves cannot be found in any realm of time, however lovely and happy. Ultimately, then, forgiveness is a choice to be in heaven, for only that environment befits an egoless being. Is it really so hard, then, to choose forgiveness, given that by doing so we choose heaven? And I'm struggling right now with forgiveness. Training in forgiveness. I'll just keep training in forgiveness. Thank you so much for joining with me. Day 338, Section 7, Swear Not to Die. I love you. Have a beautiful day.